Secretary General of the United Nations. To begin with, what is a Secretary General? Well, according to the Charter, the Secretary General is basically the chief officer of the organization. This individual shall act in that capacity and perform such other functions as are entrusted to him or her by the Security Council, General Assembly, Economics and Social Council, and other United Nations organs. The Charter also empowers the Secretary General to bring to the attention of the Security Council any matter which, in his opinion, may threaten the maintenance of international peace and security. These rules both characterize the power of the office and award an extensive degree for action. The Secretary General would fail if he didn't make watchful note of the worries of member states. Yet he should also likewise maintain the qualities and good power of the United Nations and talk and represent peace, even at the danger every now and then of testing or contradicting those same member states. The tension goes with the Secretary General throughout everyday work that incorporates participation at sessions of United Nations bodies, interviews with world leaders, government authorities, and others, and overall travel expected to keep him in contact with the people groups of the organization's member states and educated about the limitless exhibit of issues of the international concerns that are on the organization's plan. Each year, the Secretary General issues a report on the work of the United Nations that evaluates its activities and outlines future priorities. One of the most dynamic roles played by the Secretary General is the use of his good offices, steps taken publicly and in private drawing upon his independence and integrity to prevent international disputes from arising, escalating, or spreading. You may also wonder, what even is the United Nations? Well, the United Nations is an international organization that was founded in 1945. It is currently made up of 193 member states. The mission of the United Nations are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. This organization was formed by the representatives of 26 nations at war with the Axis powers. They met in Washington to sign the Declaration of the United Nations endorsing the Atlantic Charter, pledging to use their full resources against the Axis, agreeing not to make a separate peace. Due to the powers vested in its charter, the United Nations can take action on the issues confronting humanity in the 21st century. These issues include peace and security, climate change, sustainable development, human rights, disarmament, terrorism, humanitarian and health emergencies, gender equalities, governance, food production, and many more. The UN was created to promote international cooperation, also a replacement for the ineffective League of Nations. The organization was created following the Second World War to prevent another such conflict from arising. This organization has become a mechanism for governments to find areas of agreement and solve problems together. For this important position, I would like to nominate Akua Dansua. She was born on April 23rd in 1958 in Ghana. She is a journalist and politician who was a member of parliament for more than a decade, from 1979 to 1980. She was an electoral assistant at the Electoral Commission of Ghana. She later then served as a chief reporter of the Nigerian Reporter newspaper between 1983 and 1987. Then she became a postgraduate student of commission studies at the University of Ghana. Not only this, but she also obtained a master's degree in governance and leadership from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration. Born and raised in Ghana, she completed her post-graduation in journalism and was appointed as a chief reporter of a newspaper. She rose through the ranks and worked her way up as a reporter of the then Weekly Spectator to the position of a features editor of the newspaper. She continued this job until she decided to join politics and got appointed as a district chief executive. She worked through many positions until she became the Minister of Women and Children's Affairs. Not only this, but then she was also the first female to be appointed as the Minister of Youth and Sports. She later progressed to achieve the position of Minister of Tourism. Currently, she serves as Ghana's ambassador to Germany. She is also an expert in communications, gender and youth development, local and international governance, and sustainable tourism. In addition to this, she's a noted social activist and an obvious supporter of children's rights and plays an important role in the country's fight against HIV/AIDS. She has been an important figure in the Parliament of Ghana for the past several years because she has been participating in numerous international conferences around the world and continues to represent her nation on the global stage. She has represented her country on several important platforms such as globally acclaimed 5th International Conference of Women in China in 1995 and the celebration of the 50th anniversary of democracy in India in 2003. She provided great visibility to the Constitution in terms of performance as a Member of Parliament and Minister. She lobbied for the creation of New North Daya district to ensure the availability of resources for the development of the people and the area. She purchased building materials for island communities to provide decent school structures for children. In addition to this, she facilitated 5 scholarships for 5 females youth under the Gender Skills Program. She organized a tour for ambassadors and heads of foreign missions in Ghana to Kampado Traditional Council grounds to discuss tourism potentials of Kapando district. She built 6 primary schools. This shows her dedication to her job. She has worked many different jobs, which gives her the experience and skills of many different things. She has already done many similar things as Secretary General and has many years of experience, which gives her the ability and advantage of knowing what to do and how to react towards any conflicts that may arise. Some of our recognitions were being awarded by the United Nations as the most promising journalist from Africa. Also, for her leadership role in the development of women in the country, she was recognized by the Women's Law and Human Rights Institute of the Art Foundation. To end off, I want to share a comment about my nominee. Akua Dansua is an inspiration for the female students who are not confident enough. Read her story. She is an inspiration to women in Africa. This was said by a journalist from the Times and Transcript newspaper. Thank you for listening.